Hi, everybody. I was bending over to get my water. Anyway, how are you guys doing? Um, I decided today to do I get a lot of women who want they want a natural, not a natural look, but not a drag tutorial. You know what I mean? They want like real makeup. So I'm gonna try to give that. I'm gonna try to do that today. Okay. Wait. First, I gotta put in my teeth because Kitty wears fake teeth. That's Mark back there, by the way. Love you. Love you. See? Now I have pretty perfect white teeth. Hi, Amy. So my niece, my niece is like asking me to do her makeup for her wedding. And to be honest with you, I don't know what to do. But anyway, so I guess this is a practice plus I'm gonna try to do some kind of a look that's not drag, which will be hard. But I'll have to oh, hi Deidre and Amy. My wig is coming up right here. So what I'm gonna do is first I gotta put on my face, like the foundation, and then I'll do contouring. Rachel Lover, how are you? In case you guys don't know, I have no I don't have legal access to my pages. My Billy profile has been deleted. And and I'm the owner of the Hogatha and Kitty pages, but I do have two administrators. If I really needed to, I'm good. How are you? I'm great. I'm good. I just made a quesadilla. It's 1:40 p.m. and it's really a nice day actually. It's been cold and rainy here, but it's sunny right now. But okay, so I'm gonna try to do a real woman look, but of course I'm gonna have to still get rid of. Well, do I have to get rid of my eyebrows? Maybe I don't. No. Okay, I'll leave my real eyebrows. I'll just darken them on the ends. I mean, because my eyebrows aren't like overly masculine. Okay. Anyway, so let me put on my foundation and probably do some contouring to get me more feminized, and then I'll go into the makeup. But oh, I don't need the alcohol since I'm going to use my real eyebrows. Let's see. Anyway, yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Facebook is being ridiculous. It is. There's a lot of people that I know who are losing their accounts. And they just so happen to be people who have certain opinions. Mrs. Virus. Wow. Is this your first time seeing me? Hello, Hogs. Love. Any word when you can get back on Facebook. That's all BS what they're doing. Well, right. I mean, okay, if you hi, what's your name? Olsmax. How are you, dear? I don't think I've encountered you before. Twitch is fairly new for me. I usually go on as my character Hogatha. Well, which is this account, but I also do a character, or it's not really a character, it's a look. Her name is Kitty. So Hogatha is kind of like a character off of Kitty. It gets very complicated, and it's really stupid. But anyway, so wait, I'm gonna bring my eyebrows in a little closer. Yeah, but a lot of people are being banned. A lot of my friends are gone. Like they're just gone. I mean, just because we don't have popular opinions, it doesn't mean we're dangerous people. Screen went black. Okay. The fact that they don't let people just talk who aren't being obscene or being violent or hateful, they still treat us like we are. And that should really bother everybody. Okay, so as a general rule, your eyebrows should come right in line with like your tear duct, like straight up and down. Now, if your eyes are too close together, you might widen them a little bit more. And if they're too far apart, like Oprah Winfrey, you would bring him in closer. I noticed there seems to be a trend on Instagram, which Instagram trends are horrible because what they do is they're basically taking drag makeup and techniques, and real women are applying them to themselves. So they're already women, and so they're really exaggerating the look, which takes it out of the realm of like natural beauty. But I guess some people don't want to look naturally beautiful. I don't know. Like I said before, I appreciate your views. Oh, thank you, Amy. Well, anyway, so my eyebrow should really be starting here if I go by classic beauty standards. So I'm going to kind of sketch in a few hairs. Okay. And I'll do it here too. So you may have heard, okay, so Brandon Straka from Walk Away, he was put in jail, but he's out now. And in case people don't know who follow him, he's not going to really be making a whole lot of public statements while because he, I guess his attorneys have told him to not. So, he has some people speaking for him. And anyway, I mean, there's no doubt that he was in DC during what happened, but he was not in the Capitol. I can tell you that. Okay. All right. Anyway, so let me put on some makeup. I use this is called Medium Male. It's a stage makeup, but it kind of really suits my skin tone, so I just put it on. And because I'm kind of fat down here, and this will work with you guys too, I'm kind of wider here than I am here, so I kind of darken all of this with a darker makeup. Because in general, things that are darker look smaller, things that are lighter look bigger. So, and then I go under my jaw because, double chin. But as soon as I finish all this, then I can get to the real like makeup part that women could benefit from, I guess. I mean, there's some women who could benefit from this too, but anyway, I hope everything's great. I hope you guys are doing good. Rachel, I hope you and Brian are doing good. My audience, without Facebook, my audience is quite small. Which is really upsetting because are you on YouTube? I don't see you there either at the moment. I am on YouTube under Kitty Demure. That's Kitty and Hogarth have two different channels. I mean, I try not to mix the two, although I am mixing them right now on Twitter. But yeah, if you put darker makeup down here, it'll not draw so much attention. I mean, you don't want it too dark, otherwise it'll look like a beard. I'm terrible at makeup. I've been doing it since I was a kid. Like, I've always been really fascinated with makeup. My dream job was really to be a makeup artist. That's what I wanted to be. Hi, Scott. So I put the darker colors down here also. I mean, you still want it within the realm of like real real coloring on your complexion. I mean, there's some people who just completely wear the wrong color and tone altogether. Just me, you deleted your Facebook? Yeah, a lot of people are also deleting their Twitter. I haven't. I mean, I know like hardcore Trump people have. I'm not into it that much. I'm not gonna, I've always, I don't know. I mean, I support people, but I don't live and die for them. Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna, delete all of my social media just because, what I mean, at some point you got to kind of think about yourself, and the only reason why, honestly, why I was keeping Facebook up is because I had it for so long. So much of your life is really recorded on Facebook. And there's things that you forget about. There's pictures, like, from your camera that you upload, and then, years later you switch cameras, you switch cards, and you don't have those pictures anymore. So Facebook for me has always been a great place to, like, sort of record my life and to put my pictures and stuff. And there are pictures on there I don't have anymore. So while they say my account is under review, they also will not give me any access to my account at all. Like, I can't go there and look at my pictures. I can't do anything. It's a whole different process that they're putting me through right now than I've ever dealt with in all the years I've been banned and stuff. I log on and it just says, you have 27 days until your account is completely deleted. And they're what they said was they are going through Facebook, my Facebook account, and if they find anything that goes against their standards, they're going to delete the whole thing. So that's what they're saying. A great makeup tip you gave was to put powder over the liquid eye. Oh yeah, it does. If you put any kind of crayon that you use on your face or a liquid, if you put a powder over it, it will really embolden the color, and it will stay longer. Okay. And I'm still using that dark color, and because I've kind of like I have a big man forehead, so I darken the sides and around the hairline, and that will create a contour. So my niece is getting married on the 12th of February, or on the 13th. It's on the 13th. So we're going to Vegas. Me, Mark, my mother, and Mark's mother. And so I got them. My mom, she's a big Trump fan, and she's never been to his hotel in Vegas. I have several times. So she figures, well, I'm going to Vegas. Who knows? It might be my last time. So I got her and Mark's mom a room at the Trump Hotel. I was shocked. At first when I was booking the rooms, well, like how you look online to see how much rooms are, and they kind of give you a ballpark figure, but once you actually book the room, it might be a different cost. Well, it was like $106 online, but once I booked those specific days, they were $200. But I've stayed there before. I think it's worth it. I think it's a great hotel. And of course, I want my mother wants to see it and experience it. So I got Mark and his mom. Mark and my mother are going to share a room, and then of course me and Mark are going to share a room. Okay, so now I'm going to put in I'm going to put in a little more of the darker makeup. Okay. And you could use the darker makeup as like a contour, before you actually contour. Hi, Michelle. I'm not used to seeing that name. I'm not used to seeing that name at all. How are you, Michelle? I was just talking about how in 2 weeks we're going to go to Vegas because my niece is getting married. Also, if you guys have a wider nose, I don't, but I still like to do this. If you take your darker makeup and just run it down the sides and under here, it'll kind of make your nose like it has like a button nose almost. If you just darken the sides, Then you put your lighter color right down the center. Well, I'm just going to color my whole nose dark, and then I'll just put the light on it. James, how are you? Yay for Vegas. Yeah, my niece is getting married. I usually don't comment on YouTube. I notice I've never. I'm not going to say what your other names are. I hop back and forth to watch you on Facebook. I do support you. I signed the petition to free Hoggy. Oh, I didn't realize there. I didn't realize there was a petition. I mean, unless you're joking, but okay. It's so weird on camera. This color, I could see it's kind of orangey. Just on my camera, anyway. I don't know. Okay, so this process really shouldn't take this long. I'm just talking a lot. Okay, so now for the lighter color. This is called Female Fair. So it's lighter. I'm going to put them on the areas that I want to bring forth. I like being incognito. You know what, Michelle? I'm waiting for somebody to call you a racist. Okay. So that's pretty much, I put all the light colors there. That's a man. Hey, Lifestyle 0014. Yeah, I'm a man. But you know what? You know what, honey? I'm going to transform myself into a woman that you want to bang so hard. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to blend in all this light makeup. Bring it. Already got into a verbal altercation today. Did you really? It's on your Hoggy fan page. Started. I have two. There's two fan clubs for Hogatha. There's one Hogatha Friends and Family, or yeah, Family and Friends, or something like that. A friend of mine created that. That's like, I believe, yeah. I think I have lots of followers all around the world, and that one I believe that one is from a guy who lives in Wales. Haha, I started watching Hoggy, then found Kitty. Kitty's just Kitty's really me, just with makeup on. Yep, from Dale. Wait, Mrs. Virus 2020, how do you know Dale? I am. So are you really not married to or affiliated with Mr. Virus 2020? Because now I'm confused. Okay. And if you take the light color, look like Cheeto Man. So you like it? So you tell me you like it, right? Okay. You know what's so funny? The whole Cheeto thing. It's funny because he doesn't have to look like that. Like, I used to get spray tans all the time. And I didn't look like that. Absolutely not. I don't know him at all, but he calls me his wife now because of you. That's funny. Okay, so now I want to. Well, this is because I'm a guy, so myself, Barbara, my mom signed it. Free Hoggy. How that is so funny. So now I got to try to make these colors marry each other without mixing them up. So just kind of blend on the line of where they meet. Okay. Is it live on YouTube? Yeah, it is. I love, you know what? I love that I'm getting so many, I'm getting more viewers from Twitch. And I'll be honest, I've never used Twitch. I don't even know. I know it's for video games, isn't it? But I appreciate it. But I've also saw that several drag queens are on Twitch. I didn't know that. I just assumed it was all for video games. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, since I've mixed it well enough, I'm going to put on the powder. I put 2 different powders. I use a rose beige for the darker. So, hold on. So I really just pat that all over the darker areas. And it's a lot. Because if you put anything wet or creamy on your face, you want to put something dry on top of it, and it'll really set it. Okay. All right, so then I use a lighter powder. More of a translucent powder. Translucent just means you can see through it. That's all. So now I'm going to put this in the lighter area. And at some point, I mean, the powders do mix up, but I'll go in with powder afterward and really contour. Okay. I added you on. Oh, thank you, Amy. Thank you. Yeah, because I don't know. I really don't know how to. I go on Twitter and I'm like, how the hell do I use it? I don't know. So I appreciate it. So now I'm going to contour. It just says contour. You got the darks and the lights. I don't really use any of the light ones. I just use the dark one. But hold on. I gotta get a clean brush. The Water Exile. Okay, so I'm just going to pick the darkest color. And then I tap it. I find my cheekbone. So I kind of want to color this area. Okay. And I go over the powder that's already on my face. You kind of want it all to mix. But you also want to control the mixture too. You don't want it to get too dark. You don't want it to get too high. You know, the idea is to create a shadow so it looks like this is popping out more than what it really is. Okay. Hoggy, I'm 24 and you do makeup better than I ever could. Honey, I go, well, I'm twice your age. I am twice your age, sir. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I've been doing this longer than you've been alive. I was wearing makeup in high school. Like, you know, everybody thinks they're so, gender neutral and trans and all this bullshit. We were doing this in the 80s. It's nothing new. It's like the young people of today want to pretend to be so cutting edge and so avant-garde, and it's like you're really not. You're just kind of repeating something that's already been done. But that's okay, you know. So the idea of this is to make it look like I said this is sinking in, and it looks like I have more cheekbones. The higher the blend, the closer you are to heaven. Yes. And I'll tell you, I do have problems with that sometimes. I need to go higher. In fact, I'll do it today. But I don't want to go too high and too dark. This will kind of make your cheekbones sharper the higher you go, and it kind of makes them pointy. But because I am fat, I kind of want to make it look like I have these big, like, cute cheeks, but I don't know. Okay. Oh, thank you, Amy. Yeah, I turned 51 in December. Yeah, I've always, you know what? It's weird because I've always, okay, so I'm going to use that same dark color on my temple area to kind of round my forehead out instead of having like a rectangle. Like, because if you think about men are square, women are round. That's always a good thing to remember when doing makeup. If you're a guy, you know, and you're trying to look like a girl, you want to round your features and soften everything. Yeah, I need a VPN. I'm looking at them right now. No, Phil, I don't have my Facebook back. The pages exist. If you look up Kitty and Hagatha right now, you'll find them, but I can't control them. They're just kind of out there. So, I mean, I have lots of videos uploaded, so hopefully I'll still get paid for all the views because they have put commercials on all my videos. I mean, so I get a cut of that money. Okay. Now let me do this. Like, you see that fat right there? If you just kind of tap the dark on where you want it, then brush it. Okay. And then I try to make more of a jawline. You suck it in and then paint or brush where your bone should be. Okay. And then I try to cut that off right there, that fat. So I just darken it. And then blend it all together. Okay. Huge ass. Oh, vice president neglect. I thought you meant like a, what did they call those? It's where you bypass, you know, filters. I forgot what the initials stand for. Oh, wow. I figured it out how to comment live. Hope you got some sleep last night. Yes, Mark, I did. Mark, are you not using your real name? Are you somebody else? I've been using Surfshark for my VPN. No problem so far in case. Okay, yeah, yeah, that's who I thought you were, Mark. I did get sleep, but you know what? I know who you are. When you brought up the sleep, I knew exactly who you were. Yeah, I did, but I took 2 sleeping pills. And then I still found myself going to the garage, but I only took 1 bong rip. I only needed 1 bong rip. That's it. So that is getting me on the right road. If you guys, I like horrible sleeping problems, and I don't know why. Well, I think I know why. Well, I do know why. I think, okay, you guys know I'm 51. Take 3 next time, maybe. And you know, I'm not. I mean, I'm not proud of it, but I'm not ashamed to admit it. Yeah, I did drugs in high school, and I'm taking this brush and I'm going to do my nose. And I seriously believe that drugs alter and change your Biden could really do with a Trump. Oh, a sunbed. Yeah, he could use a sunbed. But you know, I went to high school in the 80s, late 80s. I graduated in 88. And where I live in California, they call it the Inland Empire. And from what I've always been told, this is really kind of like where meth blew up and became popular. And they were cooking it all over here. So anyway, you could get it anywhere. And when I was in high school, people were saying, "Oh my God, this drug, it keeps you energized and you won't eat, so you lose weight and blah, 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 blah." So everybody started doing it. And I did it. And I did it until I was 27. So I did it for 10 years. You know, and of course it's all fun and games when you're first doing it. But after a while, you become dependent on it. Like, oh, I have to go to work. I have to wake up and do a line. And then you eventually start smoking it. Anyway, but when I was 27, I quit. So that's really half of my life ago. Well, not really, but long enough. 20 something years I quit, and it's I have had a sleeping problem ever since. Oh, Lynn, did you graduate? Good. In 88? Awesome. You're a Gen Xer. But yeah, so I don't suggest people start it. I mean, I'm realistic and I know people will experiment and they'll do their. I did quit cold turkey. Even though I was told there's a scalp massage thing they sell. It looks like a hair pick with a little metal balls on the end, and you run it on top of your head. I bet that feels good. But I wonder if weed messes with your brain. I don't know. Well, the thing is, back when I was doing meth, and of course it doesn't let you sleep, it keeps you awake. I would use marijuana to bring me down so I can go to bed because I was a functioning drug addict. I worked. So I would use marijuana to go to sleep so I can get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and start the cycle all over again. I would go to bed and I would make a line on my dresser and put a glass over it. So I could wake right up, do a line, get in the shower. It was awful. It's a horrible lifestyle. So I don't suggest it to anybody. But doing that, I got in 2 car accidents. I fell asleep behind the wheel because I was so tired from being up on drugs. So I'm still just contouring my face to get ready for the girl makeup. But anyway, anyway, since those days, I just can't fall asleep naturally. So I literally have smoked marijuana every day before bedtime to go to bed. And I do think that I'm dependent on it, and I don't like that. I don't like being dependent on drugs. So I'm trying to get off marijuana. Not because I think it's bad, it's because I'm trying to get back into trucking. I did that for 10 years. You know, and it's just it's quick, easy money. that I want to make, like maybe for 2 years, save up all my money, then put it down on a house and then quit. Okay, now I'm just brushing everything away and blending everything together. Okay. It helps you sleep, a scalp massage. Oh, really? Huh. I'll look that up. I did quit cold turkey. I heard that really only 5% of people who quit stay off of it. And I have the people that I used to do dope with, a lot of them still do it, and they look like they're 70 years old. So I'm really glad I quit when I did. But Lynn, are you really? Are you going to school right now? Okay, right now on the high parts, I'm putting in a lighter powder. Have you tried mixing melatonin and Benadryl? I used to take Benadryl until I just got too used to it. In fact, I have melatonin right here. And I'll be honest, I only took it one day because I'm used to like marijuana knocks you out. Like I would take a big bong hit and I would get a head change and I would hurry up. I hurry up and go to bed so I can fall asleep. Okay, so right now I'm just using this light powder on top of the light areas. And I'm only doing this to try to change this, give me a more feminine face to put makeup on. Also try valerian root. They are now. Oh, really? Okay. Have you tried? Oh, that's what Lynn does. Okay. Lynn, so Lynn, you're getting your CDL. You don't smoke weed? Where are you at, if you don't mind me asking? Are you going to a school or are you going to a trucking company that's training you? And if you take the lighter color up higher, it'll even make your cheekbones look bigger. Like if you notice, that's what's happening right now. Okay. Sleep aids make me trip. Horrible thing. CDL got delayed because of Winnie the Flu. Are you talking about COVID? I'm going to be going to Phoenix for mine. I can't type that fast. Okay. So I think I got a girl face on now. Or as close to it as I can. Okay. Wait, Amy, I'm sorry, Lynn. Do you smoke weed right now? Now in California, we're allowed to smoke weed, but you can't get a CD. You have to pass a drug test to get it to work for a company. Oh, thank you, neuroticism. Thank you. Well, I completely just blew out my features with all this makeup. Sorry, Brian called me back. Hi, Rachel. How's Brian doing? Okay, so what I'm going to do, well, first of all, I told you I'm going to put a lighter color down the center of my nose, and I'm going to do that now. And that will completely, it just changes the shape of your nose. It makes it thinner and sharper. And honestly, I learned this from Michael Jackson. Nicki Minaj does this big time. If you ever get her pictures and zoom in, I'm in Alabama, so I plead the fifth. Okay. See, I can get my permit to I can get my permit without a drug test, but once I get to the company, they're going to test me, and they do a hair follicle test and a urine test. You can fake the urine. I don't know if you could fake the hair. He's doing well, just working like crazy. I want to go back to work so bad. Rachel, how long's it been? Okay, so now I'm going to put, you'll see, I'm going to put this light color. First, I'm going to put it, I want my nose to look like it's sort of up, like Michael Jackson says. I'm not saying his nose was attractive. You just, when you look at his picture and use those techniques, it will give you a more refined nose. Not that his was nice, but so like the tip of my nose is like kind of round, but I'm going to make it up here. So one will think my nose is sort of almost like a triangle. Well, Mrs. Virus, you know, it takes time. It really does. It takes time. You have to really spend time on your face and knowing your flaws. You really, and a lot of people don't want to look at their ugly, but you really have to pay attention to your ugly to know how to make it better. James, needing the discipline to do this myself. I'm always checking my phone when it vibrates, but also I listen to relaxing music. Yeah, I kind of think maybe my problem with sleeping might stem from my electronics. I literally live online, and I have to stop doing that because it keeps your mind going. So I kind of make like a little triangle. I'll brush. It's not going to stay like that. We're supposed to be going back in March 8th, but that can change. Yeah, totally. Furlough makes sleep worse for people too. That's right. The bridge of my nose is so wide, wearing makeup is the only way to hide it. Oh, so James, you know this technique. Okay, so now I take this brush and I basically try to make a stripe right down the center of my nose. But I don't do this area because I want to make it look like it's recessed like a button nose. Okay. Okay. So you can already see how it's changing my nose. Okay. And then if you want to, you could take this and do that, and it will make your nose look kind of refined. Kind of like you had a nose job, but you're not overdoing it. Okay, so I'll let that makeup sit there, kind of soak in, and then I'll brush it off. And then I might reapply more depending on how much stays. And it's powder, so you can kind of wipe it on the sides. You can do this to really sharpen it, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that for a while. So it'll be a year by the time I go back. You know what? In February, okay, it was around this time. It was this time last year I was really sick with an upper respiratory infection, which was before they came up with COVID. And I was sick. I'd never been sick like that before. And then I went back to work and I just couldn't go back to work. I was still sick. And so I was able to leave and get unemployment, and I have not been back. So it's been a year. It's been a year since in February 3rd will be a year since I've worked. Oh, Michael. Okay, wait. Wait, Rachel says, yeah, I work with mentally disabled adults, so they couldn't risk anything. Oh, yeah, that's true. I was on furlough this time last year. I was back for about 3 to 4. Hi, Lady Garza. 3 to 4 months, and then I went on furlough in November. I don't think I'll return to work until after January. Yeah, that's sad. My friend owns a business. He owns a nightclub, a big gay nightclub here, and he has not. The club has been closed since March, and it's really sad because he's a big club owner. So yeah, he had a comfortable living, but the thing is, now he has no income. He's had to blow through all of his 401k, through his stocks and everything. I really feel, I feel bad for everybody, but when you're a business owner, you're losing a lot. You're losing a lot. How long do you see yourself doing Hagatha? Phil Mahooters. It's so funny because people thought, oh, because Joe Biden's in office, no one's going to want to see Hagatha. No, people love it more than ever. Hagatha's just a character. She's a character of real people that exist, and everybody knows someone like Hagatha. And also, there's a piece of Hagatha in everybody. There really is. Hagatha's the ultimate victim. She just cries about everything. She focuses completely on herself and her problems, and she's hypersensitive to problems, which I believe a lot of people are oversensitive right now. And she's just a character that highlights that, and everybody could relate to her. So I'll do Hagatha as long as people buy it. Really, as long as people buy Hagatha, I'll do it. Now, it doesn't mean I haven't had to tweak her. I have had to tweak Hagatha, but people really like it. I get people with other internet shows who they want to come on my show. Because there are people who've done shows for years who don't have the Hagatha that don't have the following that Hagatha gets. In fact, I've been shocked at popular people. I'll look at their following, and before Facebook got rid of me, I had 30,000 followers. And that's really a lot. Like, I didn't realize how much that was until I saw the amount that other people had. So, I definitely know there's value to Hagatha. I'm sorry, I'm obsessing over my contour. Okay, let me get over that. Hagatha for life. Yeah, there's no reason. There are people who follow Hagatha for different reasons. They'll follow her because they think she's funny. There's some people who think she's real. There's some people who hate her. There's some people who absolutely love her. I have a very diverse audience, and they all have different reasons for watching her. So I'll do it as long as I can. Hagatha is genius. I'm always in hysteria when they think it's legit. Hagatha is the friend you want, real. Where else are you streaming besides Periscope? I am on Twitch right now and YouTube under Kitty Demure. I have two channels, Hagatha and Kitty Demure. I'm on Kitty Demure. Okay, so now I'll get into the natural or the girl makeup. Okay, so of course, as a drag queen, my eyebrows would be going like this. So I'm keeping these more natural for what I'm doing today. I told my friend you were 100 Sapphire and then showed her your first video. I am Hagatha, and I ride the bus. She forgot it was fake. Hagatha's beyond. Thank you. Yeah, my first video, I'm very kind of downplay the look. I don't, because the look turned into what it is today. Nothing's been deliberate. It just kind of It just happened. It's weird. And also, my followers send me all kinds of stuff, so then I bring that into my wardrobe, like the unicorn horns and crowns. And Rachel has been Rachel. She probably knows this, but she's been so influential in Hagatha's look because she has been so generous, and she has sent me so many things that I could probably incorporate anything that she has sent me, into her outfits, like the crowns and the tiaras and everything else. I mean, she even sent me these cute little crocheted narwhals, because off the top of my head, because gay people always say, oh, they're unicorns. They're always associated with unicorns. And it's like, I don't want to do what everybody else does. And so it just hit me one day on camera. No, I'm not a unicorn. I thought of another horned animal, a narwhal. So I'm like, yeah, I'm a narwhal. And that just kind of stuck. Okay, so I'm going to so a neutral makeup I think that anybody could wear is brown. Okay. So I'm going to really kind of, I guess, start off the initial color, brown. Now, I don't know, some women, all they'll do for their eyeshadow is go like this, and they think they're done. Well, there's more to it than that. Usually an eyeshadow palette, even the cheap L'Oreal ones, a lot of them come with 3 colors. So there's like the dark will go in here, the medium will go here, and then the light will go here. I think Hagatha should add influencer to her LGBTIGJGB++ vegan fluid titles. I will. I'll if I remember that, I'll do it. My husband lost 2 of his grandparents. Oh, it's awful. Ugh. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do brown. I'm going to start out with this color, Reckless. And I notice some women do this and some don't. But if you need to define this socket area. So you'll take that color and, let me get closer. Put your brush in that crease. And if you don't have that crease, because some women don't, just follow down until you know where your skull is, the hole for your eye. Pretend that's your crease, and then just you know what it is? You're going around your eyeball. That's the best way to put it. You are going around your eyeball. So just color in there. Okay. So just color around your eyeball. And let me see. And if you want to get even better with it, you'll go slightly like tilt your brush up and let it go beyond the hole, the socket where your eyeball is. And it will lift the color up more. You see how it's already going here. Just keep blending and blending. And you want a fluffy kind of brush, not a stiff one, so it will distribute the color. And you can kind of tilt your head back and okay, so you'll see how it's done that. Okay. So I'm going to do the other side. And there are some people who don't have eyelids. I mean, I go beyond the hole. Now, I have heavy eyelids. Okay. And that is and I don't mean to be conceited. That's a desirable feature when doing makeup, because you have what they call a bunch of real estate to put makeup on. And I don't have to fake an eyelid. There are lots of people who have to fake their eyelids. A lot of Asians have to do that because they just don't have the heavy eyelids. Well, some don't even have any. But or people with hooded eyes. But as long as you could find that, that rim, another word, just color it like this. And it may not look good right after you do it, but then I'm going to show you other techniques that will help it. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me color more. Now, and some of your eyelids, like mine, this eyelid is different than the other one. It kind of droops more, so you kind of got to compensate for it. Okay, I think I'm going to leave this here. And the idea is you don't want lines on your face. You want shadows. So you got to blend it to get rid of the harsh lines. Find that rim. What's the cat's name? It's not Peaches. This is Oreo. Hi, Oreo. This black blanket, I bought him because he's always cold. So I bought him. I think I got it for $20. No, I think it was like $8 on Amazon. It's really something an old lady wears over her, and then she plugs it in and it warms up her shoulders. But I unbuttoned it and it's a rectangle, and I plug it in. It heats, so he loves that. Oh, you like my wig? It's really kind of old. I need to get a new one. But I haven't over styled it, so I haven't really damaged it. Yeah, no two face has the same eyes. It doesn't. Yeah, erection. Yeah. I loved it. That was hilarious. And you know he hated that, Michael, that he messed up that way and called it an erection. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is what color am I going to use? I'll use this it's called Rumor. I'll put that on my eyelid. Okay. I've never used it, so I don't know what it's going to look like. So with this color, you kind of want to go from here all the way up, because that dark stuff will still be there right above it. So this will kind of make you look like you have a bigger eyelid than what you really do. So you want to concentrate it here. And a lot of people, well, guys do anyway, they're really dark right here. So you want to even put some there. If you have smaller eyelids, or if you want your eyelids to really stick out, you want to use like a frosted or a glitter color. Okay. This color is more subtle than I thought it would be. Okay. But I know you guys, when everyday makeup, you guys, you want subtle makeup. So I'm really trying not to drag the makeup out. Okay. Oh yeah, Oreo is the sweetest cat. He really is. But he's a killer. Like he'll kill lizards and mice and birds, but he's really sweet. And he'll bring them and put them on the doorstep, all the dead animals. Oh, thank you, Changed by Him. I appreciate that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to this is the brush I did my nose with, so I'm going to wipe it off. And then I'm going to show you this trick that I learned from this guy online. I mean, it works really well. I need to find a dark brown. Let me see. I need a really dark brown. Where is all my makeup? Okay, I'm just going to use this color. It's kind of like it's almost black, but it's not. Okay, so what you do is, I'll show you what to do with this makeup. It's an eyeshadow. Okay. This really, like, you know how, like, you see my eyes, they kind of droop down. And a lot of people's do. But you could do this. How old were you when you started wearing makeup? Well, in the 80s, I was wearing it to high school. Um, but it's not something I don't do it every day now. But in high school, I started doing corrective makeup, like because I had a lot of freckles, so I wore makeup to cover them. And then I was really a fan of Boy George, so I kind of slowly started adding more makeup. And then one day I realized I'm wearing a ton of makeup, but I was already being called a fag at school, so it's like it didn't really matter to me. I didn't care. I mean, you're gonna get made fun of anyway. You might as well do what you want to do. Okay, so what I do is I take this darker makeup, and okay, so I follow this line in my eye, but I won't curve down. I'm gonna go straight up like this. So I'll show you. Okay, so the curve goes like this, but I'm gonna like extend that curve. Okay, this makeup isn't dark enough. Wait. Watch, I'll complete one side and then you could compare it to the other. Okay. Okay, then I'm going to take it right from right here. I'm following my eye shape. And I'll go up like this. Okay. And then I'm going to color all where the, in between where the line, where they meet. Okay. And then droop down, a lot of people's do. Okay. God, it's really hard not to do drag makeup. Okay. So like where I started it here, I'm also going to start it at the top of my eyelid right here. And then I'm going to meet those lines. Okay, like you see the difference. See, it's like what I'm doing is I'm trying to take all of this and pull it back. Okay, so I'm going to make this darker. Go up in here. Okay. And I'm going to go a little higher. And this is probably me doing drag. Okay. Well, you see, you just keep adding more, that making that triangle bigger. Okay. Hi, Brian. How are you? So, I mean, you can see just with doing a line here, a line here, and a line here, and making them all intersect, it'll just change the shape of your eye. I mean, look how it looks so much bigger. I can attest, most guys in the 80s wore makeup. Everyone I knew was into Duran Duran and came to school wearing, oh, yeah. Like in my school, it was really big. Duran Duran, Depeche Mode, Adam Ant, they all wore makeup. In fact, a lot of straight guys were starting to wear skirts. They would wear leather mini skirts, like what was his name? Martin. I think his name is Martin Gore. Something like of Depeche Mode. I used to know all their names, but yeah, because he wore skirts and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, Axl Rose too. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Yeah, Adam Ant was awesome. I also really liked Susie and the Banshees, so there were times I would do my makeup just like hers. Okay, so now I'm trying to make the eyes match, which isn't always easy, as you guys know. But in case you're just joining or don't know, what I'm doing is I'm trying to do makeup like what a normal girl would do. Oh, The Cure too. Totally forgot about The Cure. Because I would get messages from women saying, "Have you ever like done real makeup?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, I mean, I'm doing real makeup all the time." They're like, "Well, no, like practical makeup that a female would wear." So that's what I'm trying to do. What does cat taste like? I don't know. Chicken, maybe. I'm just assuming. I'm assuming the meat is white under a cat for a cat. I don't know. Wasn't Axl Rose dating Lana Del Rey? He has not aged well. No, he isn't. I mean, he's probably younger than me. Let me see. How old is Axl Rose? Computer. How old is Axl Rose?
Axl Rose is 58 years old. He was born on February 6, 1962.
Computer. How old is Axl Rose?
Axl Rose is 58 years old.
Oh, okay.
He was born on February 6, 1962.
Well, okay, yeah, he's older than me, but god dang. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm assuming there's been a lot of drugs in there too. Okay, I've already made a mistake, but I'll fix it. This right here, I'll fix that in a minute. Eel is pretty good. I've had it in sushi. Miss Virus is so calm over here. It's so different without the trolls. Oh yeah, Facebook, it's a lot of trolls. And the funny thing is, I know the audience may not like the trolls. I don't mind them. Because what trolls are good for, I mean, they do have their benefits. If you're trying to make a channel, and say if it's something that's a little out of the ordinary, like Hogatha, people will share it just so like, oh, look what I found. That's what they'll do. Look what I found. Look at this crazy person. But the thing is, it actually helps build your audience because there's other people. They actually spread your video around. So I never minded the trolls for that reason. I know they were annoying to my audience, but I eventually made them a part of the show. And once they didn't get the rise out of me that they wanted, they left. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend all that together. And then I'll correct whatever needs to be corrected. Okay. Right. Trolls increase the view count. Right. And that it pushed me over the edge. It allowed me to monetize my account. Because the thing is, Facebook doesn't care whether people like you or hate you. They care that people watch you. And that's all they care about because they make money off of that. And then in turn, I make money too. So it really doesn't matter if they like you or hate you. It just depends on if they, like I said, they're watching you. Okay, so I'm going to now take the brush and just kind of blend everything Okay. So it kind of softens it when you do that. And you'll like that dark color you just put on, you can just drag it into that, your other colors. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to correct. I'll show you how to. I take like a not a stiff brush, but something that's not fluffy. And I'm going to get my light makeup color. Okay. Take a negative. Yeah. Oh, totally. I totally turned it all into a positive. Well, because the thing is, it's funny. Trolls are nothing more than like the bullies you grew up with in high school. And you know, by the time you're my age, I've mastered the art of not caring. I just don't care. I don't care what their opinion is. So it really shocks me how many people really care about the opinions of others. And I'm like, you guys, I don't know. My school years were awful, and I had to deal with that stuff all the time. So okay, so I'm taking my color, my lighter color, and I'm going to sharpen, you know, what the shape that I want. Okay. Hoggy's makeup is more sophisticated now. Well, this isn't Hogatha makeup. I'm doing Kitty right now. Yeah. Well, Hogatha's makeup has definitely been a work in progress. I do believe at some point I went over the top with it. I became more of a character or a clown. So I kind of did scale it back some. Okay. All right, I'm satisfied with that. You missed the rosacea. And then I'm going to use this light color and kind of go under my eyes because it's kind of dark under there. Where's my sponge? There it is. So I'll take the sponge and kind of, you know, soften that all that light. Okay. Hi. Your kitty cat on the bed is adorable. It is. It's Oreo. We got him from a rescue. Actually, our other one too, Prometheus. Well, Hagatha calls it Peaches. He's back there. He's on the bed too. You just can't see him. But it's funny. I changed the name of Prometheus to Peaches because when we rescued him, they had named him Peaches, and we're like, that's a girl's name. So then we named it. We changed it to Prometheus. Well, Mark did. Mark's into those kind of names. Okay, so I'm just putting on a lighter color, kind of like how you'd wear a concealer. I got fine wrinkles underneath here. And as I'm getting older, my skin's getting thinner and you could see more darkness. The best is when you pull them up on the green screen or put them live with you. I love how you get them. You know, it just, I don't know. I don't think they they're used to gay people being weak. They're used to gay people being weak and crybabies, and I'm just not a crybaby, and I'm not weak. I mean, and I can say that now because I used to be weak. I used to come home from school and just, feel horribly and not want to go. I basically ditched my whole freshman year. I ditched my whole freshman year of high school. So I hear a lot of these people, these young people, I get made fun of for being gender fluid and all that shit. And I'm like, oh, come on. Come on. Let me take you back. Let me take you back, 30 years ago. And we'll see how you would have survived then. I just put some powder there. What it does is it will, lighten the area, but it will also, if any eyeshadow comes down, I could just wipe it off. The greatest thing Hoggy did was trick Dia Beltran. Yeah, she was tricked. That's funny. And, and Dia, she's religious and, it's fine. She can do, whatever. But, yeah, she was, I did get her and that was good. I haven't talked to her in a while. I mean, we like each other. I mean, at this point she knows that I'm not, that Hogatha's not real, but, she didn't at the moment. She didn't. That was good. Yeah, bullies always find a way to, what? That's what I don't understand about people. You're not going to control bullies. So I don't know why people think like you have to speak nicely to them all the time or not use certain words. You can't legislate language. I mean, and if let's say if they outlaw the N-word, okay, there's going to be another word that people are going to get upset by. So there's always language that you don't like. And it's like, you can't make people like you. You just can't. So I don't understand why we don't try to strengthen weak, sensitive kids rather than knock down the bullies. Because if you make everybody strong, then they can handle it. So that's what I don't understand. I mean, yes, if you have a bully kid, you always have to remind them it's not nice. You shouldn't be doing that stuff. But there's a flip side to it too. You can't let all these weak people run around thinking it's okay to be weak because it's not. I mean, what the hell is that kid going to do when they get out in the real world, in the workplace? What are they going to do? I was in my 30s. I was a diesel mechanic. I don't know if I've told the story before. I used to be a diesel mechanic before I was a trucker. And it's, of course, a very male-dominated, heterosexual male-dominated industry. And I'm not saying that that's bad. I'm just saying that that's the facts, Just like, there are industries that, are predominantly women. It's not good or bad. It's just a fact. But anyway, there were guys that I worked with, and I worked there for 3 years, who never said a word to me. They didn't say a word. They did not. I could be changing in a locker room next to them, and we're all in our underwear, and we all work together, and they would never utter one word to me. And that's great. That's fine. People don't have to talk to you. And I knew why. And that's fine too. But anyway, I'm gonna go eat dinner. Have a great night. You too, dear. Thank you for joining. It's nice seeing you. Tell Brian, hey, and I hope you guys have a good night. I go to work one day, and someone took a Sharpie and they wrote fag across my locker. And of course I look at it and I'm like, I got to deal with this shit. And then it just hit me. I'm like, I'm not even going to deal with it. I'm going to ignore it. So I ignored it. I pretended it wasn't there. I'm just reinforcing my eyeshadow. I'm putting all the same colors back on that I had before. Love you, Rach. Okay, so yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm just reapplying all the same colors again. Just make them bolder. Okay, so they wrote fag on my locker, and I'm like looking at it. And of course, I have no idea who did it. I mean, I know who didn't do it. Okay, so I had ideas of a couple people who could have done it. And they were the guys with the lifted trucks and the big toolboxes, and the macho guys that never talked to me. Okay, so anyway, my friend Matt comes over to me and he goes, "Oh, that's awful." He goes, "Here, I'll help you clean it off." And I said, "I don't want you to clean it off. I want it to stay there." And he was completely shocked by that. And he goes, "Why do you want to leave it there?" I go, "Because it doesn't bother me. It doesn't. I mean, I know I'm gay, so why would it bother me?" And he goes, "Well, because it's a bad word. Fag is a bad word." I go, I really don't care. I don't give a shit. So anyway, I told him, do not remove it. I want it to stay there because I want everybody to see it. I wanted everybody to see it and look at it for as long as it stayed there. And I would say it took maybe a week. It stayed there for a week, and I came into work one day and it was gone. And it's like, no, why am I going to remove it? I didn't put it there. I'm not going to remove it. And I don't care what it says. And but I was glad that every shift saw it. Everybody who used that locker room saw it. So, and it's like, I think leaving it there was a bigger lesson than removing it. And I didn't go to HR. I didn't tell on anybody. I just didn't care. I just left it there. And I think what it did was, now I'm brushing that lighter powder away. What it achieved was, number one, it showed that I didn't care and I didn't go crying to anybody. Because of course, funny thing is, although they don't want to get in trouble, they love to see you go cry. I mean, anyway, I wasn't going to give them that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is now do a highlighter color. I think I'm going to use this. I'm going to try it anyway. This color called Cheers. I don't get it. Why the left cares so much about if someone dislikes them. It's so strange. Well, they have no problem liking half the country. You know what I'm saying? So these people that, that think they're on the right side of politics, what are they doing? I mean, they're hating people. They're hating people. And it's like, that's okay for you? I mean, you're okay with that? All right. So you're hating people that you think hate you. Okay. Well, I'm living proof that those people don't hate me. Okay, I'm changing colors. I'm not going to do this really gold one. I'm going to do more of this color right here. Okay. So you just want to put that on the bone, your brow bone right there. And it may not come out very obvious for the camera. Okay, you can kind of see it. Like I said, normally my eyebrows, I would redo them to go way out like that, but I'm trying to stay within the realm of like natural. You're a bigger man than they are. That's an amazing attitude. Psychologically mess with your bullies. Well, yeah. No, I was never one to cry and do all that shit. No. I mean, I took a lot of shit. I did. I took a lot of shit in my growing up. Okay, I'm taking that same color I used up here and I'm putting it in the corner right here. That'll brighten up your eyes. Well, see, no, it never occurred to me. Okay, even though I know I'm gay and I put on makeup, do all this shit, it never occurred to me that I'm less of a man than these other guys because I'm right there next to them. I'm a diesel mechanic. I am doing man's work, heavy man's work, right along with them. You know, and I'm gay. And there's some people who look at being gay as being as a weakness. And I'm not saying I don't even understand that. I understand it. You know, people, yeah, okay. So because, you know, there's a lot of gay guys who are, they're sissies and they're fairies. The majority aren't. They just show you that in pop culture and on TV. A lot of gay men are very manly. They really are. So, you know, and people kind of get this impression that all gay men are just weak little fairies, and they're not. In my opinion, Biden is the first president elected solely based on hate. He probably is. Because the people who voted for him don't even like him. It's like, do you have a Kitty Demir page? I do. No, even I think Hoggith is still there. Okay, so I'm gonna do lips now. I'm gonna do like a pink lip. Well, God. Oh, I'll show you this. I got all of this in the mail from Amazon, and these are really good. They're just, it's all lip colors. Maybe I'll do. Okay. I'm gonna do this one. I don't know what color it is. Yeah, he was completely elected out of hate. And the funny thing is, I'm still on Twitter, so I of course pay attention to Twitter a lot. It's funny because you see more conversation. Hold on. You see more conversation about Biden. I mean, about Trump. The people who couldn't wait to vote him out are the ones who talk about him the most. It's like Bette Midler. She is always talking about Trump. And I'll always go on her thing and I'm like, you just can't let him go, can you? He's not your president anymore, but he still completely occupies every one of your thoughts. And then I realized that's because Trump is popular and he makes money. And he makes everybody money. You know, they could say everything they want about him, but he makes people money. Like, that's why everybody continues talking about him, because they want that attention. They want to argue. They don't really want to just sit back and go, oh, yes, Joe Biden's the best president ever, and now we're safe from Trump. They're not doing that. They still love constantly talking about him, and I think it's really strange. I see more talk about Trump from his haters than from his fans. I think it's strange. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use these two colors. I'm going to use this liner. It's really a maroony color, and then this pink. Lips are not my favorite thing because I do not have lips at all. I mean, I do, but to get them feminine and pretty, I have to overdraw my mouth. I will admit I overdraw it too much, and that's something I'm really working on. Even when you're doing drag, you really should not go past the corner of your real mouth. Sometimes I will go a little further out, and if you're not careful enough, you'll look like the Joker. And you know, and just before Joker is Dolly Parton. But after that, it's really best to stick here in the realm, you know, the width. Can keep the true width of your mouth. Yes, Hoggith can be found in Duck, and you can watch her Facebook videos even without an account. Oh, really? Hi, Leola. Okay, so I'm gonna, of course, make my mouth bigger. I'm just not gonna try to go into the drag territory, which will be hard. Okay. 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 Oh, the perfect visual. What, Dolly Parton and the Joker? So I've kept it. But see, my mouth kind of goes down. So I try to draw them up a little higher, but I'm going to stick with my natural just for this video. Okay. Okay. All right. And then I really overdraw my bottom lip a lot. Then you just want to make sure they're even. Okay, and if you darken the corners like this, it'll add more dimension to your lips. Now I'm going to get a brush and blend all this together. Okay. I am not going anywhere. I am just doing makeup. All right, so this is a lip brush. Well, no, this one isn't, but I'm using it as one. Lip brushes tend to not be that stiff, so I kind of need a stiff one to blend out the dark color. Okay. I don't want to totally erase this line, but I want to soften it. Okay, now I'm going to try this color. I'm honestly not the best at picking out lipstick colors. Okay. So I'm going to use this color. I've not used this lipstick yet. I just got it in the mail. I see. I don't like that one. I'm going to take it off. It's a lot brighter than it looks in the bottle. Okay, so I'm going to use this one. Okay. Maybe I'll use this one. Well, this is like really kind of brown. I'll try this one. Did you have an online presence before you got canceled by the mob in real life? An online presence. What do you mean? Like like with a lot of followers online? Is that what you mean? Yeah, I started out doing this, you know, Kitty. Um, and I've only been doing Hogatha a little over a year. But Hogatha completely took over. And there's a part of me that was glad because to do this makeup can take me a couple hours. We're doing Hogatha is 10 minutes. Oh my god, you guys, I got I don't know, some of you may know, some don't. I was like used in a music video as Hogatha. And I got a call, or not a call, message from a person, an LA photographer who wants to do a photo shoot with Hogatha. So and she did some really crazy stuff. And I love it. It's very artsy. And it does, verge on perversion, depending on who the subject is. But her work is really neat. So like she's really into John Waters, if you're familiar with that. So I'm kind of excited about that. So I can't wait to get a date. It's sometime in February that we got to settle on a date. So I'm going to LA, which is just an hour away from me. But she tends to do, like, she highlights the ugly in her. It seems like she highlights the ugly in her work. Oh, thanks, Lynn. Yeah, very divine. That's what you're? Yeah, that's what. And it's funny. I've been crafting a look to sort of honor divine, like my wigs. I'm wearing blonde wigs and I wear them way back, to show my forehead. Yeah, I normally don't wear colors like this, but I'm gonna put a gloss on too. I remember brown, like nude type of lips were very popular in the 90s. I'm just trying to cover that lip liner as much as I can. But I don't want the lip line to disappear. Yeah, whoever, yeah, divine. I honestly, if I have to pick between being a divine or a RuPaul, I would pick divine. I've known lots of people, like in my real life, like I've worked with, who went on that show, and they don't have a very favorable opinion of RuPaul. And not only that, while the show tries to make itself look like it's a game show and a reality show, it isn't. they basically pick who they want to win. And then they kind of manipulate situations and the cast members to get the outcome that they want for the show. And I'm sure that's with any reality show, but as far as I'm concerned, like RuPaul has made drag so mainstream, and I think has actually like kind of cheapened what it is, that I kind of think he's like the Walmart of drag. Well, I do like RuPaul and respect him. I just would rather be different than, you know what I mean? I don't know. Okay, I'll put a gloss on now. Let me find a gloss. You know, it's funny the things that they make now. They make matte glosses. It's like, well, gloss is not meant to be matte. It's meant to be shiny. Okay, so I'm going to put this shiny gloss on. Because that will also make your... Oh, God, a color's coming off. Shit. Like, glossy will make your lips look bigger, too. The funny thing is, these lips are really kind of small for what I usually do. A friend of mine and I in 86 were riding next to Divine. Oh, no shit. As she was being ridden in a club in Fern Park, Florida. She looked to have some type of narcolepsy as she would fall forward and pass out. Narcolepsy or drugs. Okay. Because I'll tell you, this is one thing why it kind of irritates me. Well, and a lot of you might know I did a video against children doing drag. So, okay, wait. So this is the blush. I'm probably going to use this blush right here. I'll tell you, drag, typically, drag, drugs, and illicit sex go hand in hand. They do. You're working at a nightclub, and you're usually up all night and you sleep all day. And it attracts, it creates that situation of drugs and stuff. Then he startled and woke up. We were in a VW bug and just happened to look over and spot her. Random occurrence, honey. That's funny. Okay. You know, funny thing is I usually don't do a look like this, and I kind of like it. So I'm going above the contour I did with this blush color. We made her feel like we were stalkers. Oh, trust me, they're used to it. Just starstruck. They're used to it. In fact, I don't know if... Well, see, because Divine comes from a different era than the drag queens of today. The drag queens of today want you to stalk them. Like, some of them are just so... A lot of them think they're bigger stars than what they are. So they constantly are looking for attention. And now I'm going to use some of this. I've never used this. It's a peach blush, Jeffree Star. It's called Skin Frost. Oh, some of my gloss is dripping. Okay. So this is like a highlighter. Now you can see that. And I just use this to follow the bone of my, like, the bone of my cheek. It was something, I bet. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen Divine. I mean, I was still quite young when Divine died. Okay, so now I'm going to use probably this brighter color. Wait, which one's? I'm going to use this one. Kind of like right underneath the apple area. You know what's so funny? I've been wanting to do an Adele look because of my face shape. Well, fat Adele, not skinny Adele. But I can see the similarities. I mean, anytime I would do really drag makeup, I wanted to do Adele. But I can see as I've kind of gone more of a natural route, I can see that I could probably do Adele. People say I look like when I have red hair, I look like Winona Judd. Okay, I'm gonna highlight my nose again. Right, Mark? Yes, he didn't he didn't like it, nor did his people who escorted him into the club we followed them to. Okay, so you see here I'm smiling and you see those bright spots. That's sort of a desirable thing you want because it kind of plumps out your cheeks. You could do that effect with highlighter. Okay, so I'm going to use this brush. It's like it's a nice fluffy fan brush. And what I'll do is I'll go into these colors. Like these are frosty, like highlighter colors. I'm going to use this one. And I'm just going to go over, like you smile and you find the high part. And you can just color it on or brush it on like that. And it adds that like dewiness. And you kind of want to put it in your T-zone area. Not so you look greasy, but you look kind of shiny and young. Okay. Did you see Peaches? Yeah, Peaches, he's back there. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I didn't complete my eyebrows, so, but I don't like them really dark. I think the older I get, I think that's for anybody. The older you get, you don't want really strong eyebrows. It just takes a certain face to pull that off and a certain age. Okay. Like I normally remove my eyebrows or hide them under glue and then put new ones over it. But my eyebrows aren't like overly masculine, you know. So oh, eyelashes. The eyelashes change everything. Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing? I haven't even done under my eye. So, like what I like to do is if I'm not wearing fake eyelashes at the bottom, I'll just take whatever color is here and I'll drag it. So I'll just kind of soften it. Now, I like to change the shape. I don't like to follow all the way up. I kind of extend this way rather than go up. Okay, so you see it kind of does this and kind of disappears. It's like just more open than this one. So I usually wear bottom eyelashes, but I'm not going to because the ones I have are very drag-like. Okay. Yes, Amy. Me and Mark went the day before yesterday. We got Popeyes. It was so good. You know what's so funny? There's like this battle between what Chick-fil-A and Popeyes chicken sandwiches. I like them both for different reasons. I like Popeyes because I like their flavor of their chicken and I like how crispy it is. And I like their sauce better. But I also like Chick-fil-A's because I like the way they assemble it, and then you can get like pepper jack cheese and vegetables and stuff. Where the Popeyes one doesn't have that. So I really like them both. Phil, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing a drag show. No, you can't even find a drag show in California. Well, okay, so there's one place that I do know of in West Hollywood called Mickey's, where they have a large outside area where drag queens will wear a clear face shield and do their act. I just don't want to do that under these rules. I would just rather wait and enjoy myself, go to the club when everything's open. I mean, near us, we do. Now, it would really bother me if I couldn't find a restaurant. I have used your makeup tips. Oh, awesome, Amanda. There are restaurants, some near me that are allowing people to eat inside illegally. We just went to breakfast yesterday. Yeah, but there's I was putting eyelash glue on. Now these are big eyelashes. I don't think an average woman would wear these, but I have to wear them for my size because I'm 6'4", 330 pounds. So I need a big eyelash to go with my face. Okay. Okay. And an eyelash completely changes everything. All right. I mean, it's a big eyelash. But as you see, it'll change the shape of your eye. It just finishes it off. There's another one. And I make these. I don't completely make them. I assemble them. I'll use, like this is 2 pairs of eyelashes put together. But I've like told women all the time, if you just wear some nice eyelashes, maybe conceal a couple of your pimples or whatever, and wear like realistic lips, you look great. You really will. The eyelashes change so much. I'm going to mail you a pie sandwich. That's funny. Can you imagine what it'd be like once it gets here? We have one Popeyes up the street from us. It's so busy. We'll go on the other side of town to go to one that's less busy because the line goes out of the parking lot onto the street. And I'm like, I'm just not going to do it. I mean, yes, call me privileged that we have options. We have different Popeyes to go to, but it's like, come on, I just can't. I can't sit out on the street in line. Especially in this town. I don't trust people. I don't trust their driving. The challenging part is getting them even. Okay. You're going to, oh yeah, okay, you're going to mail me a sandwich. That would be hilarious. And let me think, what else can I do? I mean, I'm pretty much done. Wait, let's see my hair. I was thinking of getting some magnetic eyelashes. Oh, I heard they're great. Now I can't wear them just because the size that I need and everything. But I heard they're great for some people really like them. So yeah, I would try them. Best wishes from Ireland. You can't do eyelashes. They can be challenging. I'll admit that. But wait, let me brush off my nose. I left a lot of highlighter on my nose. Wait. Okay. Cellophane wrapped tight. I go early to avoid the line. It's terrible. It's just like thanks, Leola. Just like Starbucks. All of our Starbucks, they go out on the street. The lines go out on the street, and it's like, I don't understand. I'll just go home and make my own coffee. Well, you know what? Movies, music, love. It's really, I just really enjoy makeup. So to me, that was fun. And it also, every time I do makeup, thanks, Lynn. Every time I do makeup, I learn something new. So, like today, I learned I don't look as bad in like a brown or a nude lipstick that I thought I would. It just depends on the rest of the makeup. It's really a balancing act, You don't want your lips to be too strong or your eyebrows to be too strong. It all kind of has to go together. Now, when I look at me right now, the thing that stands out the most are the eyelashes. But the rest doesn't seem overly made up, even though if you've watched me, I'm wearing a ton of makeup. And it's hard, thanks, Mark, but it's hard to, I guess, get that balance of and like I said, I've been doing it for what, 30 years now, and you still are constantly learning something. That's why I'll see women, I can't do that. It's like, well, you can. It just depends on the dedication you want to put into it. I mean, there's girls that I still talk to that I was friends with in kindergarten, and they love makeup, and they're like, you would never see them without makeup on. And there's just some girls, and it's not right or wrong. There's just some that are really into it, and there's like who love it. Then there's the ones who dread getting up in the morning and putting it on for work. And That's just one of those. My mother's one of those. She hates putting on makeup. Thanks, Amy. My mother hates putting on makeup, and one day I went to her work to surprise her. And a lot of women from, like, my mother's 72. She is still stuck into the makeup style of the 60s. So she'll wear like this big, thick black line on top, nothing at the bottom. And I'm like, and she's not young and cute anymore. And I'm like, Mom, we need to do something about your eyebrows. So I got her one of these. Wait, here it is. One of these pencils, these eyebrow pencils. You see how it looks like a fork? Well, that it mimics hair strokes, right? Well, and it's a lighter color. All of a sudden I look at her and she's wearing this really super dark eyebrow, and it's solid. And she's 72. She's pretty for 72, but she's 72. And I'm like, Mom, this is 2021 now. And what looked pretty on you in the 60s does not look pretty on you when you're beyond your 60s, and she never thought about it. And I'm like, yeah, I go, first of all, we need to lighten your eyebrows. Do not pencil a black line. First of all, you have brown hair with a lot of blonde highlights. You don't need a black eyebrow, especially when you're 72. It's not like, it's not like a fashion. Like when Madonna, she had big black eyebrows and blonde hair. Well, that was a style that suited her. So I got her one of these pencils. Her eyebrows are now light brown, not black. And then I got her off of the big, thick black line. I told her just to do it on the end of her eyes to mimic eyelashes. Don't do it here. And then I taught her to put highlighter here because she's old. So it's all dark in here, but you want to brighten that up. So she's very happy now. she really, she was resistant to change, but she likes it now. So it looks good on her. It makes her look cleaner and fresher and brighter and younger. So Anna says, I spread that video on kids doing drag everywhere. Your intervention was so wise. Thank you. Oh, Kitty, great to see you appear in my... Oh, I love it. Thank you. Well, no, it's not like... And a lot of drag queens were coming after me, and they're like, how dare you say that about drag? And I said, first of all, I didn't lie. You know exactly what I said is the truth. And that's fine for adults. If adults want to be around strippers, if they want to be around drugs, if they want to be around illicit sex, because this is exactly what goes on in a gay club in a dressing room for drag queens. And I'm like, you share it with go-go boys, and the go-go boys are masturbating in there. So they're very, I don't know how one can be discreet while masturbating behind your back while you're doing your makeup, but they can be. They'll put a towel over themselves. But because the go-go boys, they want their penis to be as big as possible before they put on their G-string and go out there and make money. So I understand it, but I don't think that is a career that you want your child to be a part of. Like, it's like, let's see, and I compare it to stripping, like a little girl. All right. I'd rather see Kitty on TV than are you talking about Rachel? That Rachel Levine, this is what I don't understand about trans people. I really don't. Okay. They want to be like a trans woman. They want to be a woman so bad, but they put such little effort in being a woman. And I don't understand that. I just don't. She doesn't have to look like that. And we could debate all day and night whether it's a he or she, but if it's going to present itself as a woman, why not be pretty? I don't, why not at least if you want people to accept it, because there's always going to be people who don't, at least be attractive. She doesn't even try to be pretty. And it's quite, when I really look at that picture of that person here, let me show you. I got one right here. I mean, that's scary. I honestly think that she looks frightening. I mean, it does nothing. It does nothing. And I don't even want to be a woman. And I put more work into looking like one. And that's what irritates me. If you want to sell yourself as a lady, fine, but sell it, you know. Just don't look like a creepy man with long hair and just a little eyeliner on. And you don't even bother to feminize your features or anything. I don't get it. Like, why do you want to be a woman? I bet you, I know, but they'll say, well, they can't help what they are. There's always an excuse. But it's like, honey, just try to be pretty. I mean, especially if you're trans. If you are trans, you have to work harder at being a woman. I mean, it takes a lot of makeup. It takes a lot of effort. And I get it. Maybe you don't want to do it. But if you don't want to do it, then you're just going to have to deal with the fallout of people noticing, you know. She is auditioning for Monty Python. Rachel Levine is the COVID officer from the Twilight Zone. Ben Franklin. But anyway, I don't get it. And, you know, and a lot of people, they try to compare what I do to trans people. And I'm like, no, there's no comparison. This is theater. This is theater, and that's real life. Now, I've seen pictures of Rachel Levine before she was Rachel, and he wasn't a very attractive man either. But now that you're a woman, you have the power of makeup. You know, you have the power of wigs. You know, you could do that. But I guess just because you're a trans woman doesn't necessarily mean you want to be pretty. I don't know. I don't get it, because if I was a woman, I mean, I'm a man and I still put this effort in. But if I was a woman and I wanted people to see me as a woman and I wanted people to treat me as a woman, I think I would put in that effort. I would. But there's some who don't. There's some who absolutely, and I don't know why I'm thinking that way. There are women who don't know how to do makeup. So naturally, there are men who aren't going to know how to do makeup, or trans women. I mean, yeah, Mark, it's like, you know, it's funny. You don't know. It's like, me and Mark were talking about this. Mark, in case you know, my boyfriend's name is Mark. We were talking about it. We talk about politics and issues all the time. And, oh my God, I just lost what I was going to say. Shit. It. You get to the point where you're not sure what someone wants to be called. So you're just safe by saying it, right? I mean, it can mean anything. It is neutral. It's just it, you know? So maybe we should be at that point. I don't know if you want to be a he or a she, because there are some people who say, oh no, I look like a woman, but I identify as a man. Okay, then let's just call everybody an it. So you're always safe. Looks like an anatomy and physiology teacher I had in college. Sorry to say it, because I respect people for who they are, but a lot of trans people see this as qualification. You know who one is talking about. Caitlyn Jenner. Oh, Caitlyn Jenner, yes. You look beautiful, and I'm going to get off here. Have a great day. Bye, Amanda. Thank you so much. But, you know, I'll tell you what isn't fair. This is what we were talking about. Okay. Now, a lot of guys who do what I do, who do this, they want to be called her, okay, when they're dressed like this. Those same guys who live as men will call themselves girl. Like these gay guys will call each other girl. I have never been that gay guy, ever. I'm like, even like when I would perform at a club or whatever, I would be, you know, they'd call me girl. And I would just, my attitude does not change. I'm still a guy. And I'm like, it's all right. I don't need that. You can call me Billy. You don't even have to call me Kitty. You can call me Billy. I'm not under any delusions that I'm different than what this is a costume. So the costume doesn't change the person inside. I'm still a guy. So I was getting irritated, and everybody cares about labels, and you better respect me and call me what I want to be called and stuff. But the thing is, these guys, drag queens, did not respect what I want to be called. They thought that I should be called her. And it's like, no, I don't require that at all, because I know who I am. I'm in a costume. But a lot of them take it too far, and they really think that they are a different person once the costume is on. And then they want to make it like a lifestyle, and they want to tell kids, yeah, you can do this, and you can change your name to Susie for 5 minutes. And it's like, no, you're still the same person. Yep, I get it. We can't prove we're not racist. We can't prove anything to the its. You can't. And it's like, it's impossible. So, and this is another thing. Okay. Well, I'm not there. To me, I look like a guy with makeup on. There are people who aren't as astute to some stuff, and they will think, oh, that's a woman. What was that? But I don't go out like this unless, I'm going to go perform, which I haven't done in a while, but unless I'm going to go perform or do something. But when your instincts, I don't think it's right. How could I put it? We look at Caitlyn Jenner. We know Caitlyn was born a man. We all know that. I grew up with Bruce Jenner, okay? So now what people want you to do is they want you to deny your reality. Like, I know that's Bruce Jenner. He's decided he's Caitlyn Jenner now, but just because he decided that doesn't mean I have to pretend that there is no Bruce Jenner. And it's like, they want you to deny what you see, right? Like, I see a man who has breast implants and it is now claiming to be a woman. That's fine. He can do that. But I still see Bruce Jenner, and I still see a man. Now, to your face, just to be polite, I would call you Miss Jenner or Caitlyn or whatever, but I'm lying to you. I'm lying to you, and you know I'm lying to you. My brain still sees Bruce Jenner, and I still see a he, especially when I see the mannerisms and I hear the voice. You can't deny biology, but they want you to deny biology. As long as everybody can meet on that ground, fine. I mean, I will call you a girl out of respect to your face. But in my own thoughts, and when I'm in my home and I'm talking about somebody, I see a man, and I'm going to, in my mind, you're a man. I mean, do they just want people to pretend like we're all just going to lie to each other? I don't get it. I just don't. And I don't know why people accept it. I don't get it. And you're hearing, and I'm a gay guy saying it. I don't know why people accept it. I just don't. And I don't like the way they put us all under the umbrella. I do not like the LGBTQ XYZ community. I hate that because you're assuming because I'm a gay, means that I'm also involved in the T, which is trans, and that's not the case. Gay is not being born in the wrong body. That just means you are attracted to the same sex. It doesn't mean I want to cut off my penis and live as a woman. I mean, I do this for fun. I certainly don't want to do this every day. And I don't want to convince people that I'm a woman, and I don't want them to pretend to treat me like one. I just have no desire for that. And for people to think, well, you're gay, you should be supporting it, and I don't support it or not support it. I just think adults can do whatever the hell they want. But in the same breath, while you're doing what you want to do, other people are going to do what they want to do too. So they don't have to like you. They don't have to agree with it. They don't have to. They just don't. So I just don't understand why they can't understand that, you know. Yeah, they're regressive. It's regressive. To lie. You're just lying about it. My elementary school motto was honest and true. Yet, if we followed those standards today, it would be called bigoted. Oh, yeah, of course. It's awful. All right, you guys, I know this is abrupt, but I have to go. But I had a great time with you guys. I hope you ladies learned something. I tried not to go over the top. I think I do kind of look. I stayed within the realm of normal. But anyway, you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.